Good morning, Tate's Tigers. What a wonderful day this is. I want to thank everyone for coming and joining us. This is one of Tate's most long-standing traditions. Over 50 years, Tate School has been honoring U.S. servicemen and women and veterans. And I think that's absolutely incredible because they are so important. So yes, absolutely. So we really appreciate you taking time to join us for this very special program. And boys and girls, you are holding American flags, a symbol of our nation and of our freedom. Our freedom that was bought at a price by our servicemen and women. So those are very special flags. And we want you to carefully wave those when there are songs. So when people are singing, we want you to wave your flags. When people are speaking, hold them very still. All right. So we want to welcome our Tate School Chorus and our Tate School Choir. They will be singing the Star Spangled Banner. And then the choir will follow that with the Armed Forces Medley, the Pride of America, and the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Oh, say, can you see by the
grader, Mr. Zach Sipcar, is going to play taps while we take a moment. She will be reading an excerpt from the presidential proclamation.
On November 11th, Americans commemorate the service, sacrifice, and immeasurable contributions of our nation's veterans, who have proudly worn our country's uniform to defend and preserve our precious liberty. As we celebrate Veterans Day, we pause to recognize the brave men and women who have fearlessly and faithfully worked to defend the United States and our freedom. Their devotion to duty and patriotism deserves the respect and admiration of our grateful nation each and every day. We are forever thankful for the many heroes among us who have bravely fought around the world to protect us all. Time after time, throughout the history of our republic, veterans have defended our way of life with integrity, dedication, and distinction. Today, we pledge always to fight for those who have fought for us, our veterans, who represent the best of America. They deserve our prayers, our unending support, and our eternal gratitude.
Thank you, Molly. And now we would like to welcome to the stage 7th grader Noah Kimball, who will lead us in prayer.
Dear God, today we honor and remember those who have served our country. We thank you for their courage and commitment to protect our freedom and keep us safe. Bless all veterans and their families for the sacrifices they have made. We pray that you give strength and comfort to those who continue to serve today and the families of those who are no longer with us. Please guide our leaders and help us to always honor the sacrifices that have been made. Help us to work for peace and justice in our world so that the sacrifices they make are never in vain. Thank you for all you have done for us and for the gift of freedom. In your name we pray. Amen.
Our keynote speaker this morning. He is a current Tate's parent and a 23-year veteran of the U.S. Army. He served all over the world, and he also had many diverse assignments, including drill sergeant, platoon leader, staff officer, company commander, and professor of military science, and that's just to name a few. Since his retirement, he has authored 2 books about service, and he gives speeches and leads professional development, and most recently he did professional development with our very own Knoxville Police Department. It is my honor to welcome Major Matt Mobley.
Well, good morning, Tate's Tigers. I am honored to be here, and I think I can speak for the rest of the veterans. We're all very thankful for the wonderful program you guys put on year after year in support of our veterans. each November 11th. I'm just going to take a few moments here to talk about my own personal military journey, maybe some lessons I learned along the way, and hopefully I'll pass something on to you as well, at least something worthwhile, at least I hope. I want to start with the very first thing that everyone gets taught when you first join the military. This is regardless if you served in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, or I assume Coast Guard. How to stand in a line. And not just how to stand in a line, you learn how to stand in lots of lines. All the lines. And you have to run as fast as you can to get in those lines and stand in that line forever. Why are we in this line? It doesn't matter. Just get in line. Making lines, standing in lines, forming various lines is a very important part of military training. But that's a very simple task, right? Miss Amy's class, you guys already know how to stand in line, right? Absolutely you did. You did a wonderful job coming in here. But the very next thing you're taught, after you learn how to stand in line, if I could get the neck, there we go, is how to yell. A lot. Loud, incessant, annoying, cringy yelling. Now let me ask you this. I should probably ask Ms. Kringen. Do the students here already know how to yell? Yes. I was asking Ms. Kringen. Yes, I think you probably know how to yell. So that's common training for everyone when you first join the military regardless. And after my own initial line forming training and figuring out how to yell even better, I happened to have chosen a career in the Army in which I found myself jumping out of airplanes with a parachute. I was told it would be fun. And in some ways, I guess it is to some people. I'm still trying to convince myself that it is in fact fun many years later. But when you are initially learning how to jump out of an airplane, they tell you, put both hands on your reserve parachute, tighten your whole body, and squeeze your butt cheeks together and jump. I will tell you this, when you jump out of an airplane with 80 to 100 pounds of gear strapped to you, surrounded by a bunch of people with varying degrees of their own skill level or that actually know what's going on, no one has to tell you to hold on to your reserve parachute with both hands and squeeze your butt cheeks together. It is going to happen, I promise. So after that, I decided I wanted to go to what's known as Ranger School, where I would learn how to survive in the wilderness. I'd have a big knife probably in my teeth, and I'd swim alligator-infested waters and probably wrestle bears, and I'd crawl through swamps and silently take out my enemies with cool fighting moves with names like the Monkey Hobbler and the Twisted Dragon. And additionally, I'd climb up frozen mountains and plant the flag and lead my fellow Rangers through it all under extreme conditions. And all of that happened. I think it's all kind of a blur, and I'm pretty sure more gets added to my stories every single year since I retired. But what I do have a very clear memory of is that Ranger School consisted a lot of what I would call advanced line forming and super duper yelling, followed by instruction in how to not yell. So in Ranger School, you basically learn how to form really, really, really good lines when you haven't eaten or slept in weeks, and try not to yell at the men to your left and right who also haven't eaten or slept in weeks. That is high-level Army training. But let me ask you this. Members of the football team, can you guys form really, really good lines? I think you probably can. You form pretty elaborate formations. Cheerleaders, can you guys do some super duper yelling? Yes! Absolutely you can. Members of the golf team or tennis, do you know when not to yell? Yes! Of course you do. So eventually, after some other stuff here and there, we'll say, I had an opportunity to become what is a drill sergeant. And that's a person who has an uncomfortable relationship with this whole idea of forming lines. It's kind of a sickness. And you also become very good at the fine art of yelling, basically screaming at the top of your lungs. And if someone didn't understand what I was saying, I didn't clarify with better word choice. That would be silly. I just yelled louder. Do we all know how to yell louder? Don't demonstrate. Yes, of course you do. But you mostly demonstrate this, besides here right now, if you're maybe overseas in a place that doesn't speak American, and your mother or father or yourself want something, you don't actually try and choose better words. You just say what you want louder to the person that doesn't speak American, right? Of course you do. I said I wanted a hamburger, s'il vous plaît. So then after I was a drill sergeant, I made the decision, this is a wild decision, the veterans will understand more than others maybe why it's a crazy decision. I decided I wanted to become a commissioned officer, which is a wild idea, I will admit. But I attended something called officer school, where they taught me, a poor preacher's kid from the middle of nowhere, Texas, how to wear really fancy neckwear called ascots, and how to drink tea properly. But guess what I did after I became an officer? I still stood in line, and I still did my fair share of yelling, though now I mostly relied on other people to do the yelling for me. However, Franklin, my son, will attest that I can still raise my voice occasionally, but it mostly only involves the amount of sand the Tates seem to be delivering to my home, pocketful by pocketful. I swear there must be some sort of elaborate tunnel system after 50 some odd years underneath. I have no idea if it's kind of Shawshank thing going on or something. Throughout all this, so after I was an officer, we backtrack, now I got to draw the lines and plan out the lines, and I made big, elaborate, complicated lines that I myself was very proud of. I got to decide where some of these soldiers stood and where they should go. Throughout all this, I did manage to go back and forth overseas, enjoying very terrain, the full flora and fauna, standing in lines, following the leader, yelling, tightening my buns, drawing and planning more lines for years at a time. So why do I say all this? I say all this only because I want you guys to understand that at the end of the day, all these things I just explained to you are things that anyone in this room is completely and totally capable of or already knows how to do. I promise you. We've covered get in line, check. Yell, check. Form a really, really good line, you guys are on it. Don't yell, you're masters of it. And the same goes for any job or career branch of the veterans that are here. If you jump from a plane in the Army, hold on to the reserve with two hands. If you find yourself on a submarine, probably don't open any hatches. If you find yourself in a big bottom plane, maybe do open some hatches. And if you find yourself in the Marines, well, try not to let the mean sailors bully you around on the ship. And Coast Guard, I got nothing for the Coast Guard. God bless the Coast Guard. So there's nothing particularly special. They're not particularly difficult tasks in and of themselves. So then why are we here sitting uncomfortably on the gym floor? We're here honoring all the men and women who stood up and said, you know what? I'll do those very simple things. I'll do those things that everyone can do, but not necessarily everyone wants to do. Not everybody wants to stand in line. Not everyone wants to yell. And it's not going to be fun, and it could be dangerous, but somebody has to do it. And every single one of the veterans here today said, why not me? I'll do those simple things, and with God's help, I'll do them to the best of my ability. That's what we honor and respect here today, and every single Veterans Day. That distinctly American spirit of sacrifice, of volunteering to do the things nobody else wants to do, of stepping up and saying, well, might as well be me. I'll stand in the line. I don't need to know why there's a line. It's not my concern. I don't even need to know why we're drawing lines all over the world. Doesn't matter. I'll stand in that line. And there's one other thing before I let you get back to being the great citizens that you are growing up to become. If we go back and look at every single picture, and I think that one will do just fine, in not a single one of the pictures I've shown you am I by myself. Not one single picture. You see, that very act of getting in line, drilled into the military from day one, is actually way more complicated than it seems. That simple line that we've all known how to form since we started our journey here at Tate is way more meaningful to the men and women in this room right now who can turn to the left and to the right in a room full of fellow veterans and know that they are never alone. They are in a line, always, and in a line in a deep and meaningful way. So whatever it is you decide to do in your own career, teacher, chef, mechanic, doctor, engineer, business owner, mother, father, writer, or even if you choose the military as a career of your own, understand that in this country, in America especially, you are never alone. There are people in this great, big, long American line right beside you, and they need you. They are counting on you to keep that line strong. And that is actually a very simple concept that veterans here today are already very, very aware of. I want to thank you again for all Tate does to support our veterans. It's been my honor to speak to you today. God bless America, and go Tigers.
What an incredible message. Let's give Matt Mobley a big round of applause. Thank you so much. All right, please be seated. At this time, we would like to welcome 8th grader Connor Odorn to come and read a special poem.
This is Take a Moment to Thank a Veteran by Jerry Hughes. When you see someone in uniform, someone who serves us all, doing military duty, answering their country's call, take a moment to thank them for protecting what you hold dear. Tell them you are proud of them. Make it very clear. Just tap them on the shoulder, give a smile, and say, thanks for what you're doing to keep us safe in the USA.
Now, once again, Tate's choir will sing We Say Thank You.
We say thank you for the sacrifices made. We say thank you for
Thank you once again for joining us today. Special thank you again to our veterans and current servicemen and women. Thank you to those who participated in our program, and a special thank you to a few people who made this program possible. Mrs. Lisa Kosher is our choir director, music teacher, and she organized this program. Thank you, Mrs. Kosher. Mr. Keith Farmer is running sound and music. Ms. Heather Jenkinson is our videographer, and Mr. Chris Kriegel is our photographer. Thank you all. And one huge thank you to the person that started this wonderful tradition, like I said, more than 50 years ago, Mrs. Tate, our founder. Thank you.